Hi Stephanie, so the Conservatives have pledged to clarify the term sex in the Equality Act to mean biological sex. It seems the grey area is in the interaction between the Equality Act and the Gender Recognition Act. A man who identifies as a woman could be treated as a woman and enter female-only spaces. So why is this clarification of sex as biological needed?
Well, sex always did mean biological sex. There isn't any other kind. But the reason that this is needed now is that it's been confused with gender or gender identity. And this is where the Gender Recognition Act comes in. But actually, it applies for those who have a gender recognition certificate or not, are being allowed into female-only spaces, sports, facilities. And in fact, so it's just clarifying that those facilities which in the Equality Act presently are allowed to be single sex, it clarifies that sex means biological sex, and it doesn't mean somebody's sex because they have a certificate saying that they've changed sex. There are certain exceptions in the Equality Act just for those sort of situations where it's biological sex that's important, and that's for women and girls' privacy, dignity, in fact for both sexes, but also women's safety. So it's very important that service providers understand that the distinction is between the two biological sexes and not between somebody's inner feelings of gender identity.
And so the main idea here then is to protect single-sex spaces and to protect women as well.
Yes, to protect women and girls, because these spaces are particularly important for women and girls. I think a lot of men and boys also want toilets and changing rooms, etc., to be separated on the basis of sex. I think, largely most men feel more comfortable with just men when they're going into public toilets or changing rooms. But for women, there's the added aspect of safety, and women experience voyeurism, indecent exposure, those sorts of acts of sexual harassment. So women and girls need that protection where they can feel confident that when they're using a women-only service, it will actually be women only and not some men who identify as women.
And while the Tories have pledged to define sex as biological, Labour has said that this is a distraction from the election campaign and have said that safeguarding already exists. What is your view here? Is this just an election gimmick?
This has been going on for a long time. What's happened is the Tories have actually listened to the concerns of women and to the concerns of parents about their daughters. And they've been working on it and they've announced it now. It's a shame they couldn't have got it done before the election, but they've announced that it will be in the manifesto. So that's really important that it's taken seriously. Now, if Labour don't take seriously the concerns of 52% of the population and see women's concerns for their real safety as a distraction, then Labour are not a serious political party.
Stephanie Davies-Arai, Director of Transgender Trend, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.